conscious of the fact that food is settling in your stomachs, the blood sugar is going up, and this we'll need to enliven the discussions a little bit. So I will be putting some questions out to the audience fairly soon. But to get us going on the topic of bundling of KPO, ITO, and BPO services, I'm going to turn over my first question to the panel, which would be, within your own firm, have you seen bundling of these three functions, and what is driving that trend within your firm? And I guess any one of the panelists could kick off. Jean, perhaps.
I'll start. I think when I first started, we realized that we really didn't have a lot of the core information that we need. We relied heavily on our prime. I think we renormalized the data probably on a daily basis at least 4 or 5 times. So we knew we had to start to get the information, and we had to start to do a streamline. So we looked at building out the technology that would allow us to run our middle and back office. And then we realized that there are a whole bunch of fund administrators that if we went to them, and so it was technically a BPO as they're going to be doing the middle and back office functions, we also got all the technology that went along with it. So I got an entire data warehouse, access to all the information, and didn't have to do any of the work that it took to get the data in there, to normalize it, to edit check it, to do everything, because I had the vendor doing it for me, and now they're also doing our middle office, some of our middle office functions. So what we're finding is that there's added benefits of still having access to the information, still having all the data, when really, and looking at it as not just a BPO, but a BPO and an ITO combined.
Okay. Yeah,
I think by virtue of working with multiple clients, we are seeing this trend more and more. And really, if you look at the Wall Street, in about 2000, 2001, I think there was an integration of ops and IT functions. When the firm started realizing that there is an immense benefit in integrating the ops and IT function and driving the synergies and benefits. What we are seeing is the integration is happening at multiple levels in terms of where you are working and you have teams which are co-located, to a point where you are owning the underlying IP, infrastructure, hosting, and then you're running operations on the top of it. And the reason it is happening is because clients are wanting the service providers as well as the operations team to move from process metrics in terms of quality, turnaround time, productivity, because those are basics hygiene given like 101. I think the clients are looking for service providers to own the business outcomes, and you can only own the business outcomes if you own the underlying technology. Gone are the days when I used to have ops team, and we would go to the clients and say, look, underlying system was not available, the uptime was this, and uptime, the system didn't come on time. But today, if you're owning the underlying technology as well as you're running the operations, you don't have that excuse because you are managing end to end. So that's something what we are seeing by virtue of working with multiple clients.
And very well said, both of panelists. In my definition, like combining ITO, BPO, and KPO on top of that one make a unique, complex model. It's not just alphabet soup with some of the jargons put together, and the vendor as well as the buyers start talking about this combination and model, saying that, wow, we are making success. So I'm seeing this model is evolving. It's in very initial stage. ITO has its own number of years on that maturity model, but when you combine BPO and KPO, specifically for middle office and front office, it is just in the beginning state. We are seeing some momentum on that direction. The big institutional banks and retail side banks who are heavily dependent on the client transaction are still hesitating to moving towards this combined combination for the middle office, because they don't want to interrupt their client transaction underneath of that one. And key driving force for this one, which I see again and again, and that resonated throughout the day from the morning, is financial paradigm shift. Currently in the market of outsourcing is not just a cost or location arbitrage of the salaries. It is a need of process excellence, value added, and to meet and stay ahead of the time or target competitors. So that's what I see this combination or bundled model fits into.